Hi, my name is Tessa. I'm one of the EAOP online tutors doing the review for AP Environmental Science. Today we'll be reviewing natural biological cycles, so let's begin. Alright, so quick overview. Natural biological cycles is a part of the living world unit. It's about 10 to 15% of the test. Remember, all the key concept words will be in bold, so keep an eye out for them. This is the topics that we're going to cover in today's video. So first up, carbon cycle. Carbon is the basic building block of life. Prior to the Industrial Revolution, the carbon cycle was fairly balanced, but because of human activity, more and more carbon dioxide is being deposited into Earth's atmosphere than is being removed. This increase is due to the burning of fossil wood and fossil fuels and deforestation. Major carbon sinks are what takes carbon out of the atmosphere. Plant matter removes 15% of the carbon from the atmosphere through photosynthesis, which takes carbon dioxide and water plus sunlight and creates more organic material, which helps the plant grow, and oxygen. The other major carbon sinks are the terrestrial biosphere, oceans, and secondary deposits. How carbon is released into the atmosphere. Carbon is released to the atmosphere in many ways. These are the 6 main ways. The repetition of plants, animals, like us breathing basically. Like we breathe, all plants also breathe. Breathing oxygen and releasing carbon dioxide and methane through the other ways that we release things from our body, as you know. Yeah. Also the decay of organic material, burning of fossil fuels, wood, coal, and all the other stuff we burn, weatherization of rocks, especially the erosion of limestone, marble, and chalk, volcanic eruptions, and the release of carbon dioxide by warmer ocean waters. Here's a picture describing how the carbon cycle works. As you can see, these are many natural ways of the carbon cycle, but even like tree fires and forest fires are natural carbon cycles, how it naturally releases carbon to the atmosphere. Where humans get involved are how we use oil, releasing oil and car fuels and industrial processing and stuff, releasing more and more carbon dioxide to the atmosphere. Oops, my bad. Next up is going to be the nitrogen cycle. So nitrogen makes up about 78% of the atmosphere. We actually breathe in more nitrogen than we do oxygen. That's crazy, isn't it? It's actually an essential element that's needed to make a lot of the processes that we need to do within our bodies. The natural cycling is when the atmosphere nitrogen is converted into nitrogen oxides by lightning and deposited into the soil by rain. These are the steps to the nitrogen cycle, which are nitrogen fixation, nitrification, assimilation, aminification, and then detriment. Here's a picture describing the nitrogen cycle. As you can see, all the words, feel free to pause this because it's a really interesting picture to describe how the nitrogen cycle works naturally and from human activity. As you can see, through farming and through industrial processes, we release more and more nitrogen to the atmosphere that's being taken out. Next is the phosphorus cycle. Phosphorus is another essential element for both humans and a lot of different creatures. It is essential for the production of bones, teeth, and shells. It's not found in the atmosphere, but it's found in rocks. It is slowly released from rocks by weathering and acid rain. It dissolves into soil and is taken up by plants. It's actually a key element used in fertilizer. Here's a picture describing the nitrogen cycle. This actually shows the natural nitrogen cycle. What would be without the input of human activity, as you can see. The human effect on the phosphorus cycle, my bad, is that we mine a lot of large quantities of rocks to collect the phosphorus. We clear cut tropical habitats for agriculture, which decreases the amount of available phosphorus for plants to take up. We apply phosphorus-containing fertilizers to fields, and this allows runoff from feedlots, fertilizer, and sewage plants to collect in lakes and ponds and streams and totally pollute it with phosphorus. And how is phosphorus polluting, you may ask? It actually increases the growth of different bacterias, green algae, and aquatic plants, which results in a decreased oxygen content in the water, which ends up killing a lot of other organisms that need the oxygen content. Next up is the sulfur cycle. Most sulfur is actually found in underground rocks and deep ocean deposits. Sulfur naturally enters the atmosphere through volcanic eruptions, decay from dead organisms. Plants absorb sulfur when it's dissolved in the water and takes them up through their roots. Animals obtain sulfur by eating plants, and it's actually human activity that, via industrial processing, that contributes to pollution as we put more sulfur into the atmosphere than is taken out. This picture shows the sulfur cycle process. As you can see, this part is what usually naturally occurs. This part shows the human activity putting more sulfur into the atmosphere. Next up is the water cycle, which I believe by now we all basically know. Again, the water cycle is powered by energy from the sun. Solar energy evaporates water, and then it's brought down through precipitation, which is when concentration of water from gaseous states from gas into a liquid or a solid, either rain or snow. There's groundwater which catches precipitation, travels across the land's surface, and enters a drainage system such as a stream or river. Evaporation, water goes from liquid to gas, and transpiration, when plants release the largest amount of water into the air. Here's a picture depicting the water cycle. As you can see, the water cycle is really a state all about equilibrium. Basically, the rate of evaporation is equal to the rate of precipitation. What goes up must come down. The human impact on the water cycle is actually quite large, such as destruction of the wetlands messes up the natural process that purifies the water. That's why, if you notice, the water you drink is getting grosser and grosser. Clearing of land for farming and urbanization increases the runoff and decreases the infiltration and increases the risk of flood risk, and also accelerates soil erosion. Next up is conversion of matter. Basically, what you need to know for this is that energy and matter can be neither created or destroyed. It just changes form. Conversion of matter into another type is always accompanied by energy, turning this from one type to another. Usually heat is giving off or absorbed, but sometimes light or electrical energy is emitted in addition to the heat. This problem. So I'm gonna wait 5 seconds for each slide. So feel free to pause the video and do these practice problems on your own. I will put the answers to the questions underneath the video. This is the first set of questions. This is the second set of questions. This is the third and last set of questions. Alright, y'all. Looks like we're done for today. Thank you. And remember, good luck on the AP exam. Study hard, but not too hard. Remember to look below for the link to this presentation and other helpful links, such as the links to all of our presentations for all the review sessions that we're having. If you have any questions, then feel free to email us at ucsd.eaop.tutors@gmail.com. And please also remember to like and subscribe to this video if you like it. Have a great day, and good luck, y'all.